Hello, hello, and welcome back to Password. We're gonna meet back up with Orlando, right? The good boy. When I found him, he was sitting by the window, or half lounging by the window, looking out into the world beyond. Hey, Orlando, you doing okay? His eyes were still wet, but he wasn't actively sobbing anymore. He turned to look at me before looking out the window again, gesturing for me to come closer and give him a hug.
Not really. I don't think, I don't think things could get any worse, but then.
But then Roswell gave us the news, huh?
Yeah.
He wraps his arms around me, and I join him in looking out the window.
He's so sad. It's so sad. He's been hiding it for so long and just. I don't want to believe it's real.
But it is though, right? He couldn't go joking about something like that. Not now, especially.
Is it bad that I think I would have rather not know at all?
But what if something happened?
Yeah, that's true.
But you're wondering what happens now.
A little. It's not like we're doctors either. Well, Osmond kind of was, but he just said the same thing Roswell told us.
Yeah. He breathed out, and I could see the small wisps of smoke trails trailing out of his nose. This is really upsetting you, huh? Like, I don't think I've ever seen you troubled like this before.
It's just something new, right? Something that I just don't know how I'm meant to feel, so I'm kind of just defaulting to sad.
Smoke doesn't really mean sad. Normally means you're angry or frustrated.
I guess frustrated is one way to think about it.
What part of it are you frustrated about? Okay.
So, like, everything that's happened so far, really far, feels so. How can I put this?
He waves his hands in the air, trying to piece together his thoughts. Although it took me, it took me pulling his hands back to get words rather than sounds.
If this were a game, there'd be a happy ending, an ending where we all return home safe and happy. But this is just. Life can't be this cruel, can it? That no matter how else things may turn out, Roswell dies.
You've played games like this before, right?
But that's not the end of the story, though. There's always more, or a new game plus, or some hidden thing that gets you everything nice and happy at the end.
Tell that to fucking Tella or Goluf, because those are the only two deaths in Final Fantasy that matter. Yep, no one else.
But
not all games are like that, Orlando. And sometimes life is just like that. He nods. Wait, aren't I doing... I started Persona 3 on the channel, so there's that death as well. He was one of my favorite party members. Gameplay-wise, of course. Why else would I use him? I do use Koromaru, though. And he's, like, objectively one of the worst party members. I do like prioritizing agility, though, in SMT games, so it kind of makes sense that I would, like, want him in the party. Other than the fact that he's just a dog, and that's just adorable. He nodded slowly, and put an arm around my shoulder.
The next time we're all together, we're going to be together, it's going to be awkward, I think, even if it is dinner.
Yeah, dinner's going to just be interesting all around. I wonder if Thanatos is going to be joining us, too.
Speaking of, you knew, and yet you still, let me trap him like that.
I wasn't meant to tell anyone, or that was the impression I got anyway. I just got caught up on everything that happened.
No more secrets from the group, Dave.
Yeah, I know.
The next bit is going to be hard enough.
I hope it's not too hard, though.
Hey, listen, I'm sorry for being a bit all over the place right now, but I appreciate you checking in on me.
I gave him another hug, but he shook his head and went back to looking out the window.
I might just need some time to process it. See if I can think of something, but maybe I wanna try this solo for a bit.
Oh. Oh, yeah, sure. Okay.
Sorry.
No, it's fine. I mean, I checked in on Haas and Tyson already. Now you. So maybe I should go find Sal or Dean, or just, I don't know, check in? He nodded slowly, and I backed away, lingering by the doorway to just watch him out the window before moving on. I checked the other rooms quickly before heading back downstairs to look for anyone else. The house was quiet, but with everyone split up, it makes sense. Not that I liked it, but I used it as incentive to find someone else quicker. Sal and Dean were sitting on the steps out front, and not really saying anything, and just watching the world go by. Hey guys. They turned around before gesturing me closer, and I sat next to Sal, where their space.
How are you holding up?
Me? I'm doing all right. I just finished talking to Orlando, Haas and Ty about it all.
Ah, yes.
What about you two?
It's a lot. We're mostly just letting it sink in. That's pretty much it, yeah.
But you're both doing okay? Dean looked to Sal, who rolled his shoulders, thinking of an answer. He looked between the two of us, and then out at the lawn stretching out in front of us. I could see his snout twitching as he thought the words out, starting slow.
I appreciate how direct he was about it. I appreciate the difficulty that would have come from having to tell us that.
Did he tell, did he have to tell us, though?
I believe that is the correct phrasing. All things considered, anyway. Of those at the table, though, you're the only one who readily promised what he was asking Dave.
He's my friend and asked me to promise. What else was I meant to do? It's not as if I
feel like talking to the others has helped you process things, hasn't it?
A little.
It's not an easy thing to promise, though.
Why's that?
If someone's life just ended, right? I got the impression that something like that was on its way, but didn't know for sure.
How? Did he say something?
Kind of. He asked me a few times about our relationship. Figured that he was just going to doing what the others were doing so far as pushing us together. With him, seemed a bit more serious, almost like he was worried about something. Lines up that this would, be what he was worried about.
Right. I nodded slowly, thinking it, over before, standing up. Well, that's reassuring, that, you're both doing okay, compared to the others at least.
Don't get me wrong, it's still a lot to take in, but I think we're doing okay.
Right.
We'll just have to, take it as it comes. Has anyone, spoken to Roswell yet?
Don't know. He left a bit before you two left, and that left me with Thanatos and Benson.
And Oswin.
He took Roswell to go to take his mind off things, given everyone else left.
Well, now I feel a little bad.
Why?
I concur. It seems more appropriate that a family friend would help here, especially someone who has a medical background. As opposed to one of his normal friends?
All his normal friends left, right? I'll go check in. I've been, making the rounds, so I may as well continue, right?
If you're sure.
You're welcome to, come if you want.
I think we're heading for a big group discussion next time we're together. At least to maybe reset everything.
So
You're saying it can wait until then? So long as, someone makes sure Roswell's okay. I don't think it matters if it's one person or multiple. But I'm weighing up the possibility that everyone swamping him may do more harm than good.
I would have thought everyone might as coming at once might be better. Like a big group hug, sort of.
Does he like being the center of attention?
For someone that likes to do magic tricks, I'd say so, yeah.
Then I'm with Dave. We'll go find him. We should go find him. All right. But if he shows any sign of being uncomfortable, we should take that as our cue to leave.
The three of us headed back inside, running into Orlando, wandering down the stairs. Hey, Orlando, have you seen Roswell?
No.
We're going to find him. Want to come along?
Sure. What about Haas and Ty? What about us?
They're starting to wander down the stairs, coming to a stop. So we were standing in a loose circle in front of the stairs. Have either of you seen Roswell?
We were together watching anime, but couldn't get into it. Figured we'd come downstairs to get some air, but no Roswell.
We were going to find him. Want to come?
Sure. Probably better if we go find him rather than just sticking around here.
Question is, where is he? In the study. Being murdered. Hopefully.
And what a good question that is.
All of us turned our backs to the hallway leading towards the basement, and sure enough, standing on the floor was a familiar face from breakfast.
You're looking for the little boar. Well, I just so happen to know where he is.
Where?
He's safe.
But where in the mansion?
Who said anything about the mansion? I just said he's safe.
So he's outside? Why would he go outside?
The pool, maybe.
The greenhouse?
Or the hedge maze. Question is, why do you all want to know?
We just want to make sure he's okay.
I'm sure you do, Junior. But what about the others?
What do you mean?
You all seem pretty eager to leave. What changed?
People change, Thanatos. Unless... Does this always happen this way?
Patterns emerge, but no. It doesn't always happen this way. I don't mean to be rude, but can you help us? As polite as ever. That's something that doesn't change. But yes, I can help.
He wandered over to Dean and started to scramble up the leg of his pants, then up his front, settling on his shoulder.
He's currently speaking with Osmond in his lab.
Great, let's go.
Let's take the passage to the basement.
Why scurry up Dean? I think that's a question. I led the way to the basement, and then over to the wall where the passage was. Without thinking, I opened it, gesturing for the others to step inside. When no one did, Thanatos tugged Dean's ear until he was coerced into entering first.
You're not playing your best today, Roswell.
Maybe.
Check. You're not the only one playing sloppily.
We followed the voices through the dark, my hand occasionally touching the wall to know that I was still walking straight.
Checkmate.
Oswin's annoyed grumble quickly turned into a loud laughter. The kind of rumbling laughter that almost sounded foreign. Strange in that the most I've heard so far was an amused chuckle. As I pushed the door open to the lab, Oswin's laughter stopped dead, and the two people we expected to see were sitting there in a daze. Hey. Dave?
The whole bloody entourage.
We just wanted to make sure Roswell was okay, that's all.
I see.
I don't understand. I'm fine. Roswell stepped forward, playing with his hands.
I'm sorry it ran out like that. Is it really happening? That you're dying?
Yeah, it's happening.
I thought I made it clear at breakfast. Roswell has it what Roswell has is untreatable. There's nothing that can be done. There's really nothing.
But Oswin, what about, He looked furious, jaw clenched, and I got the impression I was on the way to say something that I shouldn't be.
You have something in mind, Dave?
No. Not really. I looked around the room. I saw the various, beakers and tubes of things, the cabinets that held, specimens that Roswell had, not Roswell, that Oswin, Oswin had said was dangerous, and who knows what else. I just thought that maybe Oswin could make something, medicine, or I don't know. I don't think Oswin is some great alchemist, Dave. No offense.
None taken.
But I'm okay, really. It comes and goes in waves, but I promise I'm fine. It's sad, sure, but it's what I've known long enough that I don't know anything else. I'd just rather spend what time I have left with my friends is all.
But you're down here playing chess with some old guy.
Oswin grunted and backed off, leaving to go into the adjoining room without another word. Haas stepped up, with Tyson shuffling along in his wake.
You'd rather spend time with him than us?
I assume you needed time to adjust, given, well, you did walk out like the others.
Could have stayed with Dave, though.
Good point. I guess, I guess just like the rest of you, I needed some time to myself, too.
Time to yourself? With Oswin?
You know what I mean.
Well, we can go do something together. We have to induct Tyson at some point anyway. I'm sorry, what?
Awesome turned sharply and patted him slightly on the cheek.
Don't worry about it.
His fur bristled, but he didn't say anything, grumbling something incoherently under his breath instead. I bet you didn't even have a shirt prepared.
Then, I think I'll think of something until we can get an official one. Dave, help.
I don't think I can.
Shit.
And Dean sat Thanatos down on the desk. How nice of Dean. And watched as he wandered over to the chessboard, picking up a stray piece and wandering off with it.
If you say you're okay, that's all that matters. If peace of mind is what you're saying with your request, then I second Dave's promise. Oh, make that 2 of us. Or, I guess 3, including Dave. I can't offer much aside from that, but hopefully the worst case scenario doesn't come to pass.
Hopefully it doesn't. But who knows what the next week will bring. Nodding slowly, I watched as Haas and Orlando swarmed Roswell again, soon after by Sal, who was assuming they were planning some group activity, no doubt. In the corner of my eye, I noticed Oswin watching from the other room, standing in the dark, and it was hard to make out exactly what his expression was, but when he noticed me looking, he turned away again. Wandering over to the other room, I stuck my head to see that what Oswin was doing in the dark. There was no lights on compared to the lab, although the main room was where everyone else was, seemed to just be lit by the various monitors and small light sources that littered the room. Osmond? I kept my voice down, shooting a look over my shoulder to see if anyone had noticed me off to the side and caught Thanatos standing there watching. He watched at. He leaned on the chess piece that he snagged before and shot me that smug grin he liked to use before gesturing me to go inside.
Oh, once your friend leaves, we can speak.
His voice was as low as mine, but but there was something else in his tone. Not sadness, maybe worry. It was hard to place, but it was clear that he wasn't wanting to talk immediately about whatever he'd called for me yesterday. He guided me out of the room and cleared his throat, drawing everyone's attention.
I'm glad you've had your reunion, but this room isn't one I typically let guests into. If you're planning on discussing things further, might you do so elsewhere?
There were mumbled apologies before excuse me, people started to move. Roswell seemingly leading the way forward.
2 things before you leave. First, I'm going to be borrowing Dave for a little bit. I'll send him upstairs when we're done. Second, well played, Roswell.
With a small smile, Roswell continued to lead the others out and closed the door to the lab behind him, leaving just me and Oswin with Thanatos still on the desk. We'll end the video here. So I'll see you around, everyone.